Alright, hey guys, what's up? My name is Rachel and welcome back to my channel, The Reading Otter 7. So today I'm doing my most anticipated releases of September 2017. Originally when I was working on this video I was going to do like fall releases, and then I realized that since I'm very new to this being anticipated releases thing, I have a lot. So I'm just going to do monthly ones until I figure out how to narrow my window of interest a little bit, I guess. I also wanted to make an announcement. I'm going to be at YALLFest in November. It's November 10th through the 12th, I believe, if I'm correct. Yes, I'm being nodded at, so yes. And it's this really awesome book fest that this is the second time I'm going to be going. It's held in Charleston, South Carolina, and it's kind of downtown Charleston, and popular authors in the YA genre are just kind of set up on one day, just kind of everywhere throughout this little area within walking distance, where they have book signings, and you just get in line and you go get your book signed. They do personalize. Last year there was a rule that you could only do 3 per author. I don't know if that's a rule this year or not, but I assume it is. It's really fun. It's the only experience I've ever had with a book signing, and so I kind of geeked out a lot last year. So this year I think we'll be a little better prepared, and we're actually going to try and hit some panels, because on the second day there aren't as many signings. There are still some signings, but there aren't as many because there are a lot of book panels. And last year we didn't go to a single panel, but this year we are going to go to some panels. We actually have tickets for a keynote, which is Cassandra Clare and Marissa Meyer, and so we're super excited about that. But I just wanted to let you guys know now, even though this is my September anticipated releases, and it's not until November, so in case you're kind of local to Charleston and you want to go and check it out too and you didn't know about it before, I wanted you guys to be able to know about it. So yeah, I'll be there. If anybody finds me, that would be like super cool. I don't have a lot of subscribers, so I don't expect that, but that would be like the coolest thing ever if somebody found me and was like, I watch you on YouTube. I think I would die. But anyway, let's just go ahead and get into my most anticipated releases of 2017. We haven't figured out the insert cover here thing, so that won't be in this video, I'm sorry. But I will leave the Goodreads links to the Goodreads descriptions of all of these books in the description below, so you guys can find them and check them out as well. So it's They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera. This one, I haven't read an Adam Silvera book, but this one really intrigues me. Basically, everybody dies in life, not in this book. And the point is, in this world, you know about it. You're notified at the beginning of that day that it's your last day. And then they have this app called, I think it's called The Last Day, or something, The Last Friend, I'm sorry, where you can find somebody who has the same death day as you, and you can spend the day together so you don't die alone. This concept really intrigues me, and it takes place all in the course of one day, and I think that's going to be really cool, and I'm like kind of excited to see how that plays out. So this one really intrigues me, and maybe I'll read more Adam Silvera from this, so we'll see. And the release day for this one is September 5th, 2017, so it's coming up really quick. Okay. The second one I want to talk about is The Thing with Feathers by McCall Hoyle. Hoyle, I think is his last name, or her last name. I'm not really sure, but the first name like McCall, who knows. But yeah, this one comes out on September 5th as well, and this one is about a girl who's homeschooled, and she has epilepsy, so that's why she's homeschooled. But her mom decides to enroll her in public school, and she kind of, by happenstance, ends up working on a project with like this super popular jock, and she falls in love with him, kind of, sort of, and he is returning the feelings, what I gather from the synopsis, but she's afraid that he's going to find out that she's epileptic and not want to be with her anymore. So it just was really intriguing, and I've never read a book where the main character dealt with epilepsy and all that, so I thought it'd be kind of interesting. It really piqued my interest. So, and the next one I want to talk about also comes out on September 5th. A lot of releases come out on September 15th, that really interested me, so most of these are September 5th, but yeah. And this one is If There's No Tomorrow by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I have never read one of her books. None of them interest me. They're all kind of like smutty supernaturals in my opinion. But this one is a YA contemporary, and it sounds really interesting. And this one kind of deals with something that I personally have dealt with a lot growing up. And it's about this girl who is about to go into her senior year of high school, and she's super excited about it. And she thinks this is the year she's finally going to tell her childhood best friend that she loves him. And apparently some, like, big event goes down, and she ends up embarrassing her friend or something like that. And she is basically dealing with, is he ever going to forgive me? Like, are we ever actually going to be together? Is this year actually going to be as awesome as I thought it was going to be? It just seems like a really realistic kind of take on the senior year, because I feel like a lot of books like romanticize senior year and make it sound like it's this great, fantastic year, and a lot of times senior year is very stressful and not necessarily perfect. So I'm interested to see a very raw take, a very real take on a girl like dealing with senior year. So the next one I'm going to talk about also comes out on September 5th, and that one is Right Where You Left Me by Kala Devlin. Honestly, the first thing that drew me in about this one was the cover, so you're going to have to go check it out when I put the link down. It's about a boy, whose dad is kind of like, from what I gather from the synopsis, his dad is like, I want to say a pilot, where he's in like the military or something like that, and so he's always gone. Like he was in Ukraine dealing with something, and then he gets called in to help out with the earthquake recovery and like all this kind of stuff. Well, they find out that the FBI shows up at the kid's door, and his father's gone missing. And so it's all about, he refuses to believe that his father's missing, and he is determined to go find his father. And so it seems like it's going to be like a fun little like adventure kind of thing. I don't know, it's really hard to describe. Just check out the Goodreads description because it sounded really good and the cover's beautiful. So there's that. This is the last one that comes out on September 5th. So this one is I Hate Everyone But You by Gabby Dunn. This one is apparently told in like a series of texts and emails and that kind of thing. And it's these two best friends who end up going to college on opposite sides of the country. And so it's about them like going through all the very real things you experience in your first year in college, and just kind of their messages to each other, like supporting each other and being like, you know, you're still you, and just encouraging. And it just seems like a really cute, like lighthearted, good friend novel. And I don't know if there will be like a super present romance, but it doesn't sound like there will be from the title. And I'm just kind of interested in a contemporary that isn't all about the romance, so I'm really excited for this one. And I kind of like the idea that it's told in text format, so I feel like it might be an easy read, maybe. So September 19th. I only have 2 books for this date, and the first one is Hunting Prince Dracula by Carrie Maniscalco, which is the sequel to Stalking Jack the Ripper. I don't know if it's a direct sequel. I think it's more of a companion novel, although it may be the same person hunting Dracula.
I think it follows the same characters.
Okay, apparently it's the same character. I have not read this yet, but I really want to, and I'm hoping that this will motivate me to read this before it comes out. We'll see. I only have 19 days to do such thing, and I'm also working on the Reading Quest TBR, so it may not happen. But I really want to try, because this sounds like it would be really cool, and the sequel sounds really cool. I mean, it's Dracula, so I'm excited to see that take on it as well. But these are set in, obviously the past, kind of the present time of the Jack the Ripper and Dracula, so back then. But yeah. So the next one I talk about, and the last one that comes out on the 19th, is Jane Unlimited by Kristen Kishore. I have had the Graceling trilogy on our shelves for like 2 years now, and we haven't read them. But that's okay, I'm still intrigued in this one anyway. This is about a girl named Jane, and she's lived a very basic, ordinary, nothing like special life. But she lives with her aunt, who is a professor and photographer. Well, her aunt ends up getting like lost. They don't know where she's at when she was on one of her trips in the Arctic Circle. And so Jane is kind of thrown into this world where she doesn't know what to do. She doesn't know who she is without her aunt, and she doesn't really know anything. And then she gets offered to go to, I can't pronounce it. It's some kind of island by this guy, and she remembers her aunt telling her that if she ever gets invited to this place to promise that she'll go. And so as kind of like her last, I don't know, like, not really dying wish because she's just lost. I don't know if she's dead. But I guess like her aunt's last wish she kind of like follows up on, and so she agrees to go to this island, and it's all about like her time on the island and kind of discovering herself outside of her aunt. So it sounds really interesting. I've just noticed that almost all of these are contemporaries. Wow. Anyway, okay. This one's not though. So the last book I'm going to talk about comes out on September 26th, and that is Invictus by Ryan Graudin. Graudin, I think I said her name right the first time. But I don't know a whole lot about this one, and I think that's kind of how I want to leave it at. But I know that it deals with this guy who is the son of a time traveler, and so he's kind of not really from any specific time frame, and so I think it's mainly about him, like, deals with the Titanic. That's really all I know, but it sounds really intriguing, and you guys should check it out in the description that I'm going to leave linked, because I don't want to read it verbatim off the page. So, well, that's it for this video. Another thing I want to note before I close is that I am super OCD, but with that OCD comes the need to constantly reorganize, especially things that are very important to me. And so, well, most of my videos have been this beautiful rainbow setup. That may not be the way for much longer, so just keep your eyes out for how my background's going to change in the next couple of videos, and just kind of have fun with that. I'm super excited about it, so yeah. Beware that these will change often. Also, if you find Hermione, let me know where she's at. So if you like this video, be sure to indicate it by giving it a thumbs up and subscribe for more awesome content. I'll see you guys next time.